Good evening, friends, and welcome to day 133 of A Poem a Day for 2026. It's Saturday as I record, and yes, I am still in my pyjamas. It's been a long day. Well, it hasn't. I woke up this morning at about 5 o'clock to find I was still on the sofa. I'd crashed sitting up on the sofa. I was in a lot of pain. I got up, I fed the cats, got a drink, and took myself to bed. And I I slept until about midday. I am recording this a little bit earlier in the day, because my plan is to put on something comfy and basically burrow under a blanket on the sofa and either watch films or play Stardew Valley until I can muster up the energy to make some dinner. So yeah, but yeah, I thought I'd jump on, record some poetry, and then I can. It doesn't matter if maybe I crash on the sofa again and miss the time that I would normally jump on to record stuff for this evening. So, but yeah, we're here, we're doing the things. I do feel more rested for. I'm glad I didn't just wake up this morning and go, well, I guess I'm up. I actually listened to my body. Good grief, what is the world coming to? But let's see what the big red book has in store for us. 12th of May we're looking at today. Nope, 13th of May. My mistake. Opened the book on the wrong page. Well, looking at the wrong page. So 13th of May is the 16th today, I believe. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't see the date on my computer. And we have The Lanyard by Billy Collins. And our blurb reads as follows. Though Mothering Sunday has been and gone in the UK, today is Mother's Day in the US. It probably would have been when it was. The American poet Billy Collins thinks about the impossible debt we owe to our mothers through a gift he gave his mother, a homemade lanyard. The reference to a, quote, French novelist and a memory is to Marcel Proust's In Search of Lost Time, a novel in which a bite of a madeleine, a little French cake, brings back a torrent of memories. So this is The Lanyard by Billy Collins. The other day, as I was ricocheting slowly off the blue walls of this room, bouncing from typewriter to piano, from bookshelf to an envelope lying on the floor, I found myself in the L section of the dictionary, where my eyes fell upon the word lanyard. No cookie nibbled by a French novelist could send one more suddenly into the past, a past where I sat at a workbench at a camp by a deep Adirondack lake, learning how to braid long, thin plastic strips into a lanyard, a gift for my mother. I had never seen anyone use a lanyard, or wear one, if that's what you did with them, but that did not keep me from crossing strand over strand, again and again, until I made a boxy red and white lanyard for my mother. She gave me life and milk from her breasts, and I gave her a lanyard. She nursed me in many a sick room, lifted spoons of medicine to my lips, laid cold face cloths on my forehead, and then led me out into the airy light, and taught me how to walk and swim, and I, in turn, presented her with a lanyard. Here are thousands of meals, she said, and here is clothing and a good education. And here is your lanyard, I replied, which I made with a little help from a counsellor. Here is a breathing body and a beating heart, strong legs, bones and teeth, and 2 clear eyes to read the world, she whispered. And here, I said, is the lanyard I made at camp. And here, I wish to say to her now, is a smaller gift, not the archaic truth, that you can never repay to your mother, but the rueful admission that when she took the two-tone lanyard from my hands, I was as sure as a boy could be that this useless, worthless thing I wore, out of boredom, would be enough to make us even. Yeah. Very relatable. I've never been very good at crafts, and I know I've talked about how spotty my memory is, especially with my childhood, but I have a very vivid memory of buying my mum, probably with her money, because my dad was awful, a box of, I think it was a bag, like a gift bag of Galaxy caramel chocolates. I can't say I've ever seen them since. They must have been like a special Mother's Day thing. And I presented them to her, and I couldn't have been any more than 6 or 7, and like I feel like I know I obviously know now, but I probably knew then that she preferred dairy milk. She was thoroughly a Cadbury's person. I loved Galaxy, and particularly Galaxy Caramel. And I presented her with this bag, and she made a real fuss about how she loved it and it was wonderful, and gave her the card and everything, and set her up on the sofa with the chocolates, and I think my brother had got her a book. My mum's a big reader, and I remember going in and out of the living room all afternoon, asking if she liked the chocolates and how were they, and if I could do anything for her. And I got her cups of tea and bag of crisps and just silly little things. And each time she would reward me with a chocolate. And I absolutely had more of those chocolates than she did. And I think I ended the day curled up on the sofa with her, I think eating the last one of her chocolates. But it was, and I was so proud of myself that I'd got my mum this gift and she loved it. And it's totally what the author's talking about there. It just while there are many parents who hold those things that they give us over us and absolutely deserve to be cut out of our lives. I have a number of friends who have cut familial ties, cut parents out because their parents are, whether accurately or whether actually or just have the tendencies of a narcissist, and are just horrendous people. But more often than not, our parents will receive these utterly just not half-assed, because as kids, like, we have limited abilities, and we give these things with all the love that we have, but really kind of subpar gifts, and they receive them as if it is really the finest thing they've ever had, and they receive them with love and with no expectation of kind of balancing the scales from what they have given us. It's yeah. that's a level of reflection I didn't foresee, and that I don't think I have had before. Interesting. Certainly not what I expected with a poem entitled The Lanyard. Yeah. Well. Okay. If this is where you pause for today, I hope that you have a peaceful evening, or a thoroughly exciting and exhilarating one, whatever you've got planned. It is Saturday after all. Sometimes Saturdays are made for dancing and partying and all that good stuff. That's definitely not on the cards for me today, though. So, whatever your evening is, when you eventually get there, I hope you have a very good